Hello, everybody. My name is Jacob Doherty, and I am a local realtor with JP Wygant and Sons. Today, I'm just going to be going over some remodeling tips and how you can use remodeling to your advantage as a seller. Also, a lot of times I think we remodel because we want more comfort in our current home, but we don't really know how much we're going to get out of that remodeling job. For example, if we were to spend $5,000 on some new granite countertops, how much of that could we expect? What is the percent return we could expect on that investment? Because everything you do in your home, as far as remodeling, additions, they're all investments. And to be a knowledgeable homeowner, we really need to know what investments we need to prioritize to get the most out of our home when we sell. So I have an article here from the National Association of Realtors, or NAR, as we call them. Most people wouldn't know that. So I'm just going to kind of be going through this report just to kind of dig in deep and just kind of tell you what I think and what this report says that you can utilize the most in your next remodeling project. Okay, so first off, let's go to a new master suite or an owner suite. So let's see here. Okay, so on average, to add a new master suite or an owner suite, their estimate for a cost would be about $150,000. And this is all I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to go through the categories and I'm just going to see how much on average is cost, how much you can expect to get back from this investment. So the Realtors Association, or Realtors, has estimated that the cost recovered is going to be about $75,000 if it cost $150,000 to add that new addition, or that new suite rather. So you're looking at about 50% recovery. So if you're a homeowner and you're thinking about adding that suite, do we think 50% is a good investment? It's up to you. It's up to you if you're going to be living there for a while. It's going to add comfort to you and your family's lives. It may be worth it. And that's only an answer. That's a question only you can answer as the homeowner. Now, going down the list, here's something that's a little more common. We see a lot of buyers like this, and we're seeing a lot more homeowners do this now, and that is a kitchen upgrade. So on average, a kitchen upgrade costs about $38,000. Of that $38,000, you're looking at about a 52% return of investment on average. So we're looking at about $20,000 of that $38,000 recovered in the sale of your future home. So as we can see, that's a little bit better than 50. We're still not that much higher. We're still around that 50%. So let's go down the list, see if we can't get a little higher. Okay, so a complete kitchen renovation. Complete kitchen renovation, we're looking at an estimated $68,000. Now, of that return, we're looking at a 59% return on investment. So we're looking at about $40,000 back. Now, we're seeing that jump a little bit. We're seeing that cost we're putting down, the cost of that job, and we're seeing how much we're going to get out of that raise a little bit. So as you can see, a complete kitchen renovation, we're going to get a little bit more return on investment. So going down the list, we're only going to get higher. So we're getting lower now. Oh, and actually, we're about the same amount. So a bathroom renovation. So what's an example of a bathroom renovation? Maybe putting some luxury vinyl tile down, maybe putting in granite countertops, maybe we're making that old walk-in shower a complete walk-in tile shower, just stuff like that. So the estimated cost, we're looking at $35,000, 57% return on investments, or about $20,000 of that $35,000. Still basically worth it. I would say it's worth it. But it just depends. And all of these folks, when I'm going down, it is per situation. It is on the seller. Everybody's different. So a worthy investment to one homeowner is going to be different from the good investment for another homeowner. And what I mean is, a lot of times we make these adjustments, we do these remodel jobs, we add additions to our homes, and sometimes we don't always get the money back. Sometimes you see as low of a return on investment as 25%. Sometimes you're losing a lot of money. But if you know you're going to live there for a long time and you know it's going to improve your quality of life, then it is worth it. And that is, like I said, only a question you can answer. Okay, going down the list. Adding a new bathroom. Now, I can say, being on the buyer's end, having an additional bathroom is a huge deal, especially depending on the bathroom amount. Like, let's say it's only a one bathroom home. And here's the price first. So on average, we're looking at about a $60,000 job to add that new bathroom. If we're hiring or we're outsourcing to do that labor, we're looking about 50% return on investment, so about 30,000 out of that 60. Now, we'll tell you, these values will fluctuate. And what I mean by that is, let's say we have a home with one bathroom. Now, having that additional half full bathroom, that is a huge deal. Having that, the difference between one and two bathrooms is huge. What's the difference between three and four? It's not going to be as large. It really depends, and it depends on the situation, but you can still expect around a 50% return on that investment. Okay, going down the list, basement conversion to living area. This one's really not too surprising. We're looking at about a 64% return on investment. You can expect that to cost about, they estimated $46,900, so around that $47,000 range, and you would receive about $30,000 of that back at the time of selling if we were around that 64%. Attic conversion to living area, 56% return on investment, so we're going down a little bit, not too significant there. $80,000 cost estimate with $45,000 return. Insulation upgrade. So this one surprised me a bit. This one only cost around $2,400, according to NAR, and we're looking at about an 83% return on investment, or $2,000. So as we can see, when we're getting higher, when we're getting over 80%, 75, 80% on return on investment, you're spending money on these jobs, but when we're getting almost our entire investment back at that point, it's really worthwhile to pursue that renovation, that remodel, that addition, that upgrade, when one, it's going to improve your comfortability in your new home. It's going to improve your quality of life. And two, you're going to receive most of that back at the time of selling your home. Okay, and next, we have a closet renovation. And that's about $6,300 according to NAR. And we're looking at about 40% return on investment. So we're going a little lower. Under 50%, it really depends. It really depends on, are we improving our quality of life? Are we going to be happier in our home with that closet renovation, for example? Now, this one is huge. New wood flooring, 106% return on that investment. So yes, you heard that correctly. You will make money putting in new wood flooring in your home at the time of selling. So it is a 100% worthwhile investment. One, most people love wood floors. It does improve your quality of life. They're pretty easy to maintain. And two, you're making money, in theory, off of the transaction of your home, off the sale of your home. NAR did estimate that's going to cost around $4,700 with $5,000 estimated cost recovered. So as we can see, we're making a little bit of money now. So as we can see, not all investments in our home are created equal. They're not. Some could even generate us a little bit of money, like that new wood flooring. Some we can expect to lose a little bit, but new wood flooring is huge. So as of right now, through this list, we need to remember new wood flooring. So that's at the top right now. Okay. Now, hardwood flooring refinish, that's just refinishing that hardwood flooring we currently have. We're looking at about 100% return on investment. So, if NAR estimates $2,600, we're expecting to receive about $2,600 return on investment. So, if that's increasing quality of life, that might be a worthwhile investment. Okay. HVAC replacement. So this can be costly, not too costly. I guess NAR estimates about $8,200. We're looking, however, at an 85% return on investment. Being on the buyer's end, having outdated appliances, like a hot water heater, central air, it can hurt the deal a little bit. But I think it's a worthwhile investment. I think a lot of time homeowners decide that since they are moving, it may not be the best investment. But if we're looking to make our home compelling, and as you know the saying, if it's not compelling, it ain't selling, and that's really the truth. So we're expecting to receive about 85% return on investment. So if you do have a client, or if you are a homeowner out there and you're thinking you're kind of on the edge of, maybe I have an outdated hot water heater, and maybe you're thinking that could hurt the sell, and maybe you just don't want to spend that extra money if you don't have to, well, we're looking at approximately 85% return on investment. So that's probably a good investment if we are trying to sell our home. Okay. Now let's see here. Okay, an individual room paint job. We're just looking at painting one room. Oh. Okay, never mind. I'm not doing that. Okay, this one's super simple. And sometimes people think little things like this don't add to the sale of your home. They don't make your home worth more. They could be investments you make in vain, but something like this can still generate a decent return on investment. So for this example, a new steel front door. it's a new steel front door. In most people's minds, that would make no difference in the sell of your home. I can tell you that little things like this for certain buyers, it really will. You can expect about a 75% return on investment, and NAR is saying that's about $2,000. That's kind of high in my opinion. So in that scenario, you'd estimate about $1,500 return on that investment. Okay. Let's see. I want to find ones that are going to be more applicable to homeowners. Okay. New vinyl siding. Do we have some outdated siding? Are we thinking about switching to vinyl? I don't know what your situation is, but you can expect about a 63% return on investment with that new vinyl siding. So we're going down a bit. Anything over 50, in my opinion, it's pretty good. Now, this one is very high. This one, I believe, is the highest yet. So I will say, being in Kansas, we did have a hailstorm earlier this year. And if you're just watching this video, this was recorded in November of 2019. Kansas, over my lifetime, has had multiple hailstorms. Every time we have a hailstorm, there are roofing companies everywhere. Everyone in the neighborhood, it seems, is getting their roof replaced. So on a new roof, your estimated cost is about $7,500. The cost recovered would be $8,000. So that is 107% return on investment, especially in our area. I know whenever I take a buyer out to look at a home, one of the first questions they always ask me is, how old is that roof? What's the condition of that roof? That's one of the first things buyers tend to look at too. You're looking at the outside of the home and you look up, you see an old wood shingle roof, for example, that's going to be torched into your mind. I mean, little things like that, especially when you're looking at a home, it's part of the first impression. It's very important. And knowing that you're going to actually possibly make money off the sale of your home, folks, that is huge. So if you do have an outdated roof and you're thinking of, continue living in your home, because having a new roof or a roof in good condition as a homeowner is pertinent. It protects so much. And then knowing that when you sell it, you're still going to make a little bit potentially, that is great. That is great. So new roof is probably at the top of that list right now. I think it is at 177%. Okay. Okay, so that is all we had right there for today. So yeah, and I will tell you guys, remodeling, like I mentioned earlier in this video, isn't created equal. One important question I would say to ask yourself is this remodeling, is this addition, is this upgrade going to improve my quality of life? Will I be happier in my home? You don't know how much longer, if you list it, you'll live in your home. Now, I'm not saying inventory is low, especially in our region. So you probably, if it's a good home in a certain price range, it'll fly off the market. That's just how it is. If you don't know when you're going to sell your home and you're thinking about doing a remodeling job, it is important to think about, am I going to be happier here? Will I be more comfortable here? Will my family be more comfortable here? If I did this job, would it make me less likely to sell? More likely to sell? And then it is always good to know that return on investment. I'll use an example. I have a friend who, their family put in a new pool, and this pool was immaculate. It was beautiful. Now, this job ended up costing a ton of money. I believe it was over 6 digits. It was a very nice pool. They had it was beautiful, just long story short. But when they go to sell their home, they're not going to see a 50% return on investment of that pool. They might see a 25% return on investment. And if we're talking 6 digits, that's a lot of money. But if you ask them, was it worth it? They're going to tell you yes, because it has improved their quality of life. So it is very per case or per owner as far as these remodeling jobs go. But just make sure you always know your return on investment. And a lot of these estimates by NAR, they're just estimates. That's what it is. If you are someone who can do the jobs themselves and make it look professional, if you do have knowledge, a lot of these costs are labor. So, and everything's going to have a level of difficulty. Some things you are going to need to outsource and hire people who are professionals in that area to do. And some things, putting on a new steel door, for example, you may be able to do that on a Saturday afternoon, and you're just paying for materials at that point. So it is completely up to you on how much you end up spending for these repairs, and it's also up to you which repairs you do. And it is on a per home base, because let's face it, if we have a 2-bedroom, 1-bath home and you're putting all this remodeling, all these additions in the home, there really is a cap where your return on investment is going to diminish, and you're not going to see a return compared to, let's say, a $300,000 home that has 5 bedrooms and 4 baths, and if they kept doing those additions. So we will see, kind of a linear climb, this way on the camera, but then that will stop at an extent, and you're kind of at a point of no return where you can just keep funneling money in, but you may not see as much of a return on investment. So that is all I have for you today. It's always good as well to contact your local realtor. If you're in Wichita, Kansas, or the surrounding cities, please contact me. Go ahead and subscribe if you're on my YouTube page. If you are listening to this on Facebook, go to Jacob Doherty, JP Wygant and Sons. I also am on LinkedIn now, trying to get that started. You can find me there as well. But just contact me. I would love to talk with you and just let you know what you could do in your home to sell for more, to really improve your quality of life. And just have that in mind, because your home really is an investment. Even if you're not making money off of it, and there's always an argument between if your home's an asset or a liability. Some people will say both, but either way, it's an investment. You are spending a lot of money. It's most of the time, it's your largest investment you're going to make in your lifetime. So with that, just know that going down the road, you're making decisions knowing what the outcome of that decision will probably be, knowing what you can expect to see from that project. That is all I have for you today, everybody. If you have any questions for me, please go ahead and email me at jdoherty@wygant.com, or you can contact me on any of my social media platforms. All right, everybody. Thank you very much, and have a fantastic rest of your day.